Okay, gang, welcome back. You know, we very seldom film in the Hall of Fame, and we were talking about that earlier. That's what Lisa was laughing about. She said, most of these people are dead, you know, and well, they are. Each one that has a flower over their
But it's
picture
very historic, is
yeah.
what you're trying to get
Yeah,
at.
exactly.
Okay.
Well, you know, I always stick my foot in my mouth, but anyway, back to where we was talking, and because these were all world-class shoers at one time.
Still, some of them still are.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
a few of us are still alive. But anyway, hopefully, I got one foot in the grave and nothing on a banana peel.
All right. Event
Anyway,
horses.
Yeah, there's thousands of different kinds of shoes, and there's just a few. These are mostly CAG modified shoes.
Right.
And then all these shoes back here were different design shoes. These are all handmade by Bud Beeston years ago.
These are Scott Ledbetter,
Scott
right?
Ledbetter.
Okay.
And he went to my school 20 years ago. He was an attorney. And, well, he was. And he
Guess
just
the horse
didn't.
doesn't back talk him, does it?
That's right. He'll sue him. But anyway. All right, gang. What I did, the shoes has an important role. And as we look and we watch, we can see horses and we put them on a treadmill. And when we look at them, when you start changing a horse and start getting away from the way he was born, you start having problems. We found that out. And people ask, how do you know these things? Hundreds of horses are brought here that are real athletes. I mean, they're really used well. Here's a picture of you running your horse. And you can tell you're getting it on. I mean, you're just really working this horse. And any horse, where it's a barrel horse, any kind of event horse that's being used, most of them, even walking horses, are really active.
Right.
So it's like an athlete. You have a lot of injuries. But a lot of injuries are caused by using the wrong shoe at the wrong event or
Improper shoeing.
And some of a lot of the shoes are made way incorrect. They're right backwards, a lot of them. So I brought some here I'm going to show. And I'm going to start off. This is a barrel shoe. We use this on your horse here. And as you look at it, it's grooved on the side, okay, to get dirt in there. It's
There is
keep ground.
traction,
When you go
right.
around a barrel, you can see as you're running the barrel there, that when you go around that barrel, you need some traction. So when you look at the shoe, you can see there's grooves there that gives you that. However, the big mistake in this shoe was in the design here at the toe. Okay, and I'm going to point this out, and hopefully our camera person can zoom in. You can see the angle has been ground at this angle here, which it should be the opposite direction. And when I turn the shoe over, I'll show you the reason why. This takes the break over just like you rasp the toe off. Because when I turn the shoe over, here's your breakover point way back here. So your toe is sticking out. The shoe is an extension of the foot.
So you say it's supposed to be an extension of
Exactly.
the foot.
And so when
This is turning it under.
and when you sawed that toe off, so when you look at a hoof, let's open a hoof, and when you look at a hoof, you can see it's the same thickness from the hairline to the ground. A horse does not flare at the toe. There's no reason for taking a toe off of a horse unless you ain't got no heels. So if a horse is at his natural angle, you can see. If you're looking parallel and holding there, you can see when a horse is at his natural angle. I mean, most people have a pretty good eye. If you got the horse squared up, you can see a natural angle. So I wanted everybody to get an idea of what a natural angle was. But anyway, so if a horse is at his natural angle and you rasp that toe back, you've automatically changed his whole structure. Okay? Remember, the conformation dictates how the foot's going to strike the ground. So the breaking point on this shoe is way back here. So you've cut his toe back a half inch, even if you got this part up here sticking out at the toe. Okay. So it should be ground this way instead of this way. Okay?
And now, how do you know that? Did you figure that out by watching some cameras?
Well, when you sit and we put the scan, to put the heat scan, you can tell because where the heat's at is heating up too much in the wrong places. Okay, and when you run a horse that's in a regular shoe, the heat is more normal, just like it would be barefooted. Okay, now, so the point we're trying to get across here is when a lot of horses are brought in here, they are already broke down. And so very seldom we get horses in here unless we're experimenting. Now, we get a lot of babies. We start off several years, we trim them, and then we start shoeing them, and then we keep them back like they was the day they was born. So therefore, the horse stays sound. We've even got horses running in events now that started off young, and we keep them sound. And when you do that, exercise, feed the horse right, and keep his feet like he was the day he's born, 7 foot bigger, your horse can be an athlete for a long time.
Right.
But
Okay.
when you start abusing his feet, you're not abusing only his feet, Aleshia. You're see, these hooves carry the entire weight of the horse. So you can imagine when you're in a running, look at you running, the pressure, the pounds per square inch every time that
That are
foot hits
put
the
on
ground.
that shoe.
So he's
Right.
pounding the ground. So if his feet's out, then it's going to get his spine and everything else
His
out.
shoulders, his
Exactly.
everything. Yeah.
Now here's just a regular shoe. You can see it's just straight down. You're better off with this because no shoes are ground this way like I was talking, where they should be. They should be ground this way where the bottom of the shoe comes
It's
out.
actually the
And you
longest
can lay
part out.
something on the hoof like this and the shoe is touching down here at the bottom. See? And so it becomes an extension of the foot.
yeah.
Exactly. And so we've experimented with shoes fitting them right at the toe, extending them out where they should be, where you can lay something at this angle, and the bottom on the ground side is touching. And the heels, we put them right to the buttress instead of extending them out, because we see that's causing injuries. It causes either long stride or short stride. So in watching on the treadmill and study horse after horse after horse, and then taking and running them on barrels, and we've experimented with your horse for quite some time. You can
He's
see
a guinea pig.
yeah, well, you start having problems. So now here's just a regular shoe, and it's just straight up. But when you put the toe out here, you've actually put the breakover point, you've backed it up 1/4 of an inch. So in reality, the shoe's going to have to be ground this way, where the bottom extends out.
So really,
where the
there's
toe
no
extends out.
shoe that is
There's
an
no shoe out
extension
there with a
right
foot.
now.
So when you
Okay.
put this shoe, even though you fit it right to the toe, you've actually
I
shortened the
found
horse.
you a new job.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to shoe a
a
horse,
lot of
right.
work.
But anyway, now here's a horse that's used on barrels a lot, which that was a barrel shoe, a sidewinder.
Just a
Says-
rim shoe.
The rim shoe, and the reason, there is a barrel shoe, but they call it a barrel shoe, but no farriers like it because they wear out real quick. So horse owners are bad to use a rim shoe, and it's grooved, the crease is all the way around the shoe, gives you more traction. Okay, and this one don't wear out so bad. This is called a rim shoe. However, you can see, this is the ground surface, it's right backwards. The ground is this way, so the breaking point, if you turn this to your ground surface, if you turn it over, it backs up even further.
It's way
There's
back.
your breakover,
Yeah.
so you're a 1/2 inch short. That's the reason a lot of barrel horses are having stifle problems and a lot of bone problems, simply because of the wrong shoe. So if I was going to shoe the horse with this, I'd grind it the opposite and stick it out to where it should be. You can still use the shoe, it's just a lot of work. Well, anytime you get into work, grinding and all that,
Right.
you're going to charge more. Okay? And this is really just important, gang, for, I think, people to, we made this DVD, the Grammar School of Trimming and Shoeing for horse owners and farriers.
Which anybody can get.
Exactly.
All they have to do is
It's
order
free.
it, it's free, they just have to pay postage and handling.
And the purpose of that, and I don't know exactly what it is we have to pay people to package these things
Right.
up, to go get them.
It's like everything,
Exactly.
no matter what you order.
So in reality, they're getting it free, but they're paying for the handling,
Right.
going and getting it, putting it in a package, and somebody going to trouble to put it in mail.
Right.
A lot of trouble. And we have to pay those people. Now here is what they call an eventer. Okay? This shoe crease goes all around at the toe, but here at the back of the heels, the crease stops about 1 inch from the buttress, or the very heel, most people would call it. But this is actually on a horse would be the buttress. So it's just flat. So this is an eventer shoe. Same thing. It's ground the wrong direction.